Hi guys, we're on a different camera because I think let me just check one. Yeah, because the one we were using yesterday, when I watched the playback, it got all crackly at the end, so I thought let's change the camera. So anyways, Louis at Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Still morning here. It's 9:36. Not properly awake yet. Still got to make myself a coffee. Hi Jane. Now, I do intend to read the first chapter of this, From Here to the Great Unknown. But I thought before we jump onto that, I thought I'm gonna try something. What I've noticed is that all of the stuff that I'm posting that has Oprah in it is getting blocked. So I just thought, I wonder if I played it on a live stream and did a review of it, I thought, will it still block it? So I'm going to give it a go. If it blocks it, then there's not much I can do. So let me just let everyone know we're live. So I'm probably going to do the first chapter of the book on the next show. So what I'm going to probably do is go through these videos that I found, see if we get blocked. Yeah. If we don't, then I can stop the video and then come back, start it straight after, and do From Here to the Great Unknown, the first chapter, do a review on it. So I want to play some of these videos because they're good videos, and I just think it's a shame that you guys can't get to see them. And I don't think there's anything wrong with me reviewing Oprah stuff. So we'll see. Okay, so let me just quickly let everyone know that we're live. I want to make a coffee as well, guys. I hope you've got yourselves tea and coffee. Yeah, my wife's out all day. The kids are out all day. So we do have a bit of a free run. Let me just, you guys have been sending me stuff. I think I was sent Shauna's video last night. I was sent Presley Mania's video last night. So Shauna on Tenderly Loving Elvis, Presley Mania on, it's Rhonda, both covering very similar topics. Shauna making it very clear that she doesn't understand why no one's talking about Priscilla. She's basically saying, you know, Lisa Marie has brought out a book with her daughter. Obviously, it's not using the tapes. Riley Keough, you know. Now, there's some pretty sort of nasty things coming out about Priscilla. We know this. And what Shauna is saying, and I was saying this yesterday as well, and that is that Priscilla has many questions to answer now. Yeah, she needs to be held accountable for the things that are being said in the book. And Shauna, in her video, was basically saying, in her own way, she has her own style. Why is no one talking about it? These extreme revelations of Priscilla's wrongdoing towards Lisa. Yeah, basically saying that Lisa couldn't stand her mother and her mother mistreated her. Obviously, the other things with Michael Edwards, that she was abused by Michael Edwards. But no one's talking about it. So you're watching these different interviews, and I have watched half of the Oprah Riley interview. And the truth is, they're almost saying nothing about Priscilla in any of these little interviews that are dotted around. No one's talking about Priscilla. It doesn't make sense. Let me just tell everyone we're live. Now, I agree. My point yesterday was more that Priscilla needs to address these accusations. Yeah. Now, Shauna has gone a step further. She's just saying come on, why is it not being mentioned? Why? It's quite a big deal, isn't it? You've got Lisa Marie, the most famous daughter in the world. Yeah, she's under, shockingly, she's passed away. Now, just the fact that she had been writing this book or doing these audio tapes, getting ready to do this book, and she'd obviously asked Riley to help her. Yeah. And then we now have all found out that there was a serious problem between Priscilla and Lisa. It's a big part of the book, isn't it? I know that the book covers many topics. I also know that the book says good things about Priscilla. But the reality is she does say, and we're going to come to it, aren't we, as we go through each chapter, she does clearly say that she hated her mum and that her mum, there was wrongdoing. So why, when we're seeing these little interviews that are going around the world, why is no one talking about it? So literally no one's talking about it. The only thing I've seen mentioned is they mentioned the decision if Priscilla will be buried in the meditation garden. So the question is asked by Oprah. And I think it's also asked maybe on one other interview show, I think. I'm not sure. And the way she answers it is slightly unusual. She says, if she wants to be buried there, she can. If she wants to be buried there, she can. That's an unusual way of answering it, isn't it? It's like, I wouldn't even say it's a direct answer. It's more of a, well, I don't really want to answer the question, so I'll pass it over. If she wants to be buried there, she can. If she decides to be buried there, she can. So she almost doesn't answer the question. She gives it to Priscilla. So my point is, now what Shauna was saying in her live stream, which is great. I'm not live stream, it was a video. Go over, watch it, guys. Brilliant. Tenderly Loving Elvis, great channel. Was that they're completely avoiding it. Now she is blaming Scientology, isn't she? She's blaming Scientology, saying, why are these, mega famous interviewer like Oprah, why are they completely skipping over Priscilla and this relationship between herself, Priscilla, and Lisa? It doesn't add up, because now don't forget, and this is part of what Shauna said, Lisa Marie went to the she went to this effort to start doing this memoir, this book. Yeah, it was for her children, wasn't it? You could tell Lisa Marie wants the truth out there, her side of things, her version, she wants it out there, the time she spent with her father, her life growing up, her struggles with addiction, and many other things. Yeah. And a very big part of that book, to me, even though we haven't read it, is she wanted to let the world know her friendship, her relationship with her mother. I know that some of it is good. Yeah. So then when Riley is being invited onto these shows, why are they not asking about it? Why are they not saying, oh, she said that she didn't like her mother? There were serious problems between her mother and Lisa. There's accusations of sexual abuse from Michael Edwards. Why are none of these things being brought up? It doesn't add up. So I have to agree with Shauna. It doesn't make sense. And they're such serious things. So my concern with Riley is it's almost like she's not allowed to. It's almost like she has been told, these are the things you're allowed to talk about. Don't talk about Michael Edwards. Don't talk about the fact that Lisa in her book has clearly said that there were times when she hated her mother. There was wrongdoing from her mother. If the burial is brought up, just say yes. If she wants to be buried there, it's up to her. So it's almost like Riley is being told how to answer questions. That worries me. That concerns me. Honestly, guys, that worries me. I'm like, because I'll tell you why it worries me. Because it means that Priscilla has got away with it. Yeah, if these big interviewers like Oprah are avoiding these questions, it means in some ways that the book was for nothing. It means that this book was for nothing. Because if the parts of this book that exposed the truth, it's obvious Lisa Marie wanted the truth out there, yeah, then why are they not talking about it? You know, these were the last things that she did before she passed away. This was important to her, for her children, yeah, and for the world and for the fans. She also wrote this book, in my opinion, for the fans, yeah. So what? So she's going to write a book, a tell-all book that exposes the wrongdoings of people, yeah, and then it's going to be, as one of you have just said, brushed under the carpet, as another one of you have just said, a cover-up. So I'm pretty concerned, guys. I'm interested to see if any other interviewers like Piers Morgan take on the mantle of reviewing this book, inviting Riley in, because obviously she helped write it, yeah, inviting Riley Keough in and asking the serious questions. We want the serious questions asked. Otherwise, it's all for nothing. Yeah, it's just a book talking about personal problems and addiction. No, we want the truth. What went on between Priscilla and Lisa? We want that truth. We want the truth. What went on between Priscilla and Elvis? Priscilla and other boyfriends. We want to know that once Elvis died, how Priscilla treated Lisa. You know, the summer camp, the Scientology. We want to know the ins and outs of it. We also want to know that when Elvis was still alive, and then so Lisa would be staying many times, sometimes all summer, with her father, Elvis. What went on then between Elvis, Priscilla, and Lisa? What was the relationship like? Because Priscilla paints a picture that everything was great. Priscilla says, we were better apart. We were better apart. She always says on the day of the divorce, you know, it shows them holding hands, leaving the room, the divorce courts, whatever they're called. And she's always said that we were friends. Now, I've always disputed that. I've always felt that Elvis kept things nice for the public and for Lisa Marie. He kept a good face, a front for the world. That's how he preferred things to be. Now, don't forget, at the time of the divorce, Elvis had no idea that Priscilla was going to come back and with this horrific second divorce. Yeah, he had no idea. Yeah. Now, this second divorce that I've said many times was brutal. Is there any mention of it in this new book? Did Lisa mention the hell that Elvis went through on this second divorce settlement? Did Lisa mention that in 1977, when he was chronically sick, massive amount of medication, when the Memphis Mafia released this tell-all book, which might be in the book, I don't know. So 1977, this terrible year, where Priscilla is demanding more money, demanding it with lawyers. Yeah, I want to lien on Graceland, a deed of trust, all these horrible things that Elvis went through in his last year of life. Is it mentioned in the book? Is there any mention of, did Lisa Marie notice this was going on, that they weren't close friends, Elvis and Priscilla, that they were arguing about money and about how often he could see Lisa Marie. Yeah. So, you know, there's many more questions to be asked here, guys. So I'm, at the moment, I'm a little bit skeptical about. Now, we know that when I start reading this book, it's going to be very emotional. I'm probably going to start crying again, usual. But my big worry, and one of you guys already said it, is the highlights of this book, the bits that matter to us as fans, the bits that expose Priscilla. Remember, we're not a Priscilla hate channel. I don't do this to create hate for Priscilla. I'm trying to defend Elvis. We're trying to get to the truth. That's all this is. Now, if poor Lisa Marie, who died writing this book and really wanted certain bits of information to be outed, out in the world, for many reasons, if it's going to be swept under the carpet and people are going to concentrate talking about her different husbands and drug addiction and all that kind of stuff, then the book's a waste of time. We want the truth out there so we can defend Elvis and defend Lisa Marie. We want Riley Keough to not allow it to be brushed under the carpet, to not allow there to be a cover-up. If there is any involvement with Scientology, we want it gone. We want it gone. We want the truth. That's what we're called. Defending Elvis. We want the truth. And if the truth is in here, which I think it is, I think this book is truth. Honestly, guys, I think this book is truth. Yeah. Let's talk about it. Let's not hide it. Now, I will say this to you guys. If it's going to be brushed under the carpet, we're going to talk about it a lot. A lot. Because no one's going to censor what we do. We're going to say the truth. Now, I'm going to play these interviews. Now, they won't delete the whole of this live stream. If I play these, they'll only delete the bits they don't like. So there's a possibility that they're going to delete the Oprah stuff. I think Oprah is so mega famous that, so I'm just trying to find the video that I want to play. I think Oprah is so mega famous. She has the power of copyrights where anything that she doesn't want shown on YouTube channels is going to go. Yeah. So let me just see if I recorded on Instagram. Let's just see if it's here. There's a really good Elvis. No, it might not be on here. No, I don't think it's on here. I'm gonna have to try and find it. Yeah. So I thought I recorded it. I'm surprised it's not here. There was a really good Lisa Marie and Elvis. Lisa Marie talking about Elvis and what kind of a father he was. Here we go. I found it. Right.
Well, he and I spent a lot of time together upstairs. We're part of Graceland.
Right. Let's play this, guys. I'm going to make a coffee.
Oh yeah, lots of, I remember lots of conversations. I mean, he and I spent a lot of time together. I'm upstairs. Upper part of Graceland is basically his room and my room, so we spent a lot of time together up there because there wasn't anything else going on. And that's when I got to really, be with him. He'd set up a little chair in my room and a TV and be in my room.
Was he like a really strict dad, or did you hang out and just have fun together?
He was not strict at all.
Pushover? Did you know you could get away with murder with him?
I did. I knew because when he would sleep all day, and so I pretty much, me and my friends had the run of Graceland.
Which is terrified.
Yeah, he slept all day and up at night. So I knew that no one was going to tell me what to do because they would get fired. I was truthfully a terror, to be honest. And I'm not something I'm not proud of particularly, but it was, my mom was completely the opposite. She was really strict. So it was very confusing that I have to go, back and forth between the two.
Looking at you, you're the perfect blend of your mum and dad. I mean, visually, it's unbelievable. But on the inside, from your characteristics, who do you think that you take the lead from, your mum or your dad?
I think probably more my father. I lean more towards that side of my family a little bit. Although I have my mom's strength, I think. His personality and sort of his intensity levels, sometimes I can emulate pretty well. Not intentionally, but just kind of, and some obviously mannerisms, which I don't even sometimes know that I have, but yeah.
I want to show a picture of your mom's side of the family. It's 4 generations of women, starting with your daughter on the extreme left, who's 25, that's Riley. Then you're there next to her in the black and white. On the other side of you is your maternal grandmother, and of course on the end, on the far right, is your gorgeous mother, Priscilla. I want to know how your mom was very strict. Her mom was pretty strict with her. How were you as Riley was growing up? I mean, was it payback time?
Yes. I mean, I really gave it to my mom pretty badly, I felt. I mean, we both, yeah. So when Riley came around, I realized my mom was really, really strict with me, constrictive, and I realized that's not going to work very well because it made us not get close for a very long time. We are now very close, but when I was younger, it was like difficult to have a relationship with somebody that's got you like that around the neck all the time. So, I mean, basically with Riley, I kind of realized I have to sort of play friend and parent, trying to navigate that one a little bit. So not too much, but it's really frustrating because you have to let them, as you know, I'm sure, go through stuff, painfully watch that happen, and you know the outcome. They get into stuff now where I'm just like, wow, I can't, it's not done when they're 18.
But your son Benjamin is the spitting image of your father.
Yes.
And so do they have?
There is.
Just like your dad. Wow. Has he shown any interest in entertainment or music?
I mean, he loves music, but I really kind of don't want to. That's a lot to put on him, So I'm trying to let him do his thing without pushing that on him so much because I want him to feel. I know it's going to be hard, but I want him to.
Come to it on his own.
Yeah, he needs to come to something on his own. He's very proud. Proud. So when he does something, he wants it to be really good. And I'm sure.
Good for him. Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Okay, right, let's go back. Yeah, so the reason I play that, guys, is because I want to get a feel for how. I hope you got your cup of tea, guys. We're going to be here a while. I want to get a feel, or coffee. Get your coffees done, guys. I want to get a feel for just how she saw her dad. Yeah, the way she talks about him. Remember, to her, it's not Elvis the legend. To her, it's Dad that she was very close with, that she spent a lot of time with. Elvis went out of his way to be with her as often as he could. And the closest they had was very, very special, which is very apparent in this book. I just wanted to set the mood. So I've done a couple of short things. I'm going to play them, go through them bit by bit. Eventually, we're going to get to some of the Riley Oprah interview, which I'm going to play. I don't know if it's going to let me. I hope it will, but we'll see. Let's do these little short ones first while I make my coffee. Right, so this come up today. Hi guys, let's watch Riley Q doing her thing.
Can I take a selfie with you? Can I take a picture?
I love the outfit.
Yeah.
Like, want me to?
Looking forward to read your book.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I get a selfie with you? Thank you so much. Abby, can I get one too? Thank you.
Thank you.
think we're still getting to know Riley Keough. After the release of the book, From Here to the Great Unknown, she is getting massive attention. To me, this is definitely going to be a worldwide bestseller, and now everyone knows who Riley Keough is. Can we, the public, even imagine what she goes through day to day? Being the granddaughter of Elvis Presley, after losing her mother, her brother, becoming the heir to Gracelands, the mind boggles the amount of pressure this young lady must be under. But she does have that infectious, beautiful smile that wins us over every time we see her getting interviewed. Thank you very much, Riley Keough. So I quickly put that together this morning, just rushed it together. I actually did a different video, but it didn't let me play it. I'm going to do it now. Let's see if I can find it. Now, there's a high chance they're going to just block it, guys. Let's have a look. Defending Elvis Presley, fans want the truth. Let's have a listen. So this is quite interesting. You know most of it. I hope you're all well this morning, guys. Welcome to my kitchen, making a coffee. The dogs are here now. Let's just press play, and fingers crossed they won't block this. Hi guys, Louis at Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. Let's have a listen to some of these interviews going around the world with Riley Keough since the book From Here to the Great Unknown was released. Hope you enjoy it, guys.
Welcome.
Yeah.
I think I have the first question.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Your mom had a plan to write a memoir.
Yeah.
And had asked you to help her do this shortly before she passed away. You said that she had a burning desire to tell her story, the story of her life. Why do you think that was?
I think it was because she had been through so much. She had gone through addiction and grief and kind of all these very human, relatable things. And I think she felt that she should share that with the hopes that people would connect to it and relate to it and maybe feel a little bit less lonely in the world. Yeah.
So what's kind of incredible about this book is you relied on tapes that your mom had recorded telling her own story so that you were able to write some of her memoir from your perspective and from hers. So what was it like to listen to your mom talk about her life in these tapes? And that must be amazing to have her voice record in some of these memories.
Yeah, it was extremely emotional at first, but as the tapes went on and she began to tell these stories of when she was young and her childhood and meeting my father, like she's very funny. So it was, it kind of depended on the story she was telling at the time, but it was very emotional. And the longer I would listen, the more it started to feel like a phone call in a way. So it was sort of strange. I said the longer the tapes would run, it sort of felt like she was
like a phone call,
like a conversation.
Yeah.
And so it was like kind of difficult to stop listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's your mom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's a blessing in a way to have those tapes.
it is. Yeah, I think that it's really uncommon, and I kind of want to urge people to, sit down and talk to their parents and record,
Put them on tape.
and
That's right.
ask them questions.
Yeah.
You love your cameras out there. You can do something called video.
Yeah. Because it's really valuable and precious.
It is. And your mom opened up about her childhood in the book.
Yeah.
And the extremely close relationship that she had with her father, Elvis Presley. She goes into detail about being in the house the night that her dad died. He was young too.
Yeah.
I remember it very well. When he was, she was only 9 years old.
That's
I think
right.
that must have been traumatic. She had to put aside her own grief as hundreds of people came to mourn Elvis. That must have been tough too.
Yeah, that's something she goes through her father's death for the first time, like publicly, in the book, which is something that is a story she never talked about. I think she felt protective of sharing that moment, but she talks about it in the book and she takes you through it. And then she does talk about like watching people come through the house and grieve, and that, yeah, I mean, she was essentially grieving her father with the country and the world. So it was.
You think that's worse or better for her? Was
I don't know. I mean, the thing about it that's really nice is that other people are sharing your grief, you know, and I think that she felt that throughout her life when she would go see her father's fans or be at Graceland, and she felt that sort of shared grief, which I think she felt comforted by.
Yeah.
But I think there was a sense in the book that she didn't feel she had room to process it by herself as well.
And when you read your mom's words in the book, it's very clear that the most important thing in her life was being a mother to you and your 3 siblings. Can you tell us about what kind of mother your mom was?
Yeah, I mean, she was like a very sort of fierce, protective, like mama bear, lioness mother to a fault, you know? Kind of like the mom where if a kid was messing with you at school, she would walk onto the playground
I like
and
that.
handle
I like
it,
that.
you know? So she was, you know, she scared my friends, but she was tough and fierce and strong and extremely loving. And, you know, there wasn't a day that went by that we didn't feel loved. So that's very special.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, your mom also opened up about her marriage to Michael Jackson. And she said the day they got married was one of the happiest days of her life. However, he struggled with drug addiction, as we now know. And the parallels between her father and Michael Jackson ended their relationship, actually. You're right. You were 6 years old at the time. What are your memories of having Michael Jackson as a stepfather?
Yeah, I had a few stepfathers.
1 second, guys.
Their relationship, actually. You're right. Michael Jackson.
Now, I want to sort of interrupt this a little bit and speak about it a little bit, just to see if YouTube allow me to keep this on there. Yeah. I hope you guys got your coffee. Oh, you can't beat a nice coffee, guys. Right. I hope you're all well. So who have we got on? We got Michelle, Linda, Teresa, Jane, Debbie. I'm gonna have to let the dog out in a minute. The time here is, we got Pat on there as well. And the other Linda, we've got 2 Lindas. Hi, Linda. Michelle, you're so kind. Michelle, thank you so much, Michelle. That is very kind of you. I love it when you guys buy me a coffee. You just hit the super button, super thanks, and it gets me a coffee. Right, I'm gonna have to let that dog out. Right, come on, that's enough. Right, he's gonna have to go. He's not gonna stay there. Right, he'll just go and settle down upstairs somewhere. Yeah, just shut the door so she can't get in the rooms. It's all right. The dog wants to go upstairs, and oh, Misha, thank you so much. Right. Now the bit I want to try and be honest. Now the next section, I don't like it. Now I'm going to play it. Can you give me your view on it? Yeah. What it is, they make a joke of the fact that Lisa had a few marriages. Yeah. Now. I like Riley Q. I'm not here to badmouth Riley. I don't like this section. I think they laugh at Lisa. Now the defensive side of me comes out. Now please, you give me your opinions on if you agree with what I'm saying at this part of this interview. Am I just being unfair? But I don't like the fact that they are laughing at Lisa. It bothers me. And I don't like the fact that Riley, and if Riley ever watches our videos, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm not trying to be offensive to Riley, but I don't like this bit. I'm going to play it and then give me your thoughts. Yeah?
And she said the day they got married was one of the happiest days of her life. However, he struggled with drug addiction, as we now know. And the parallels between her father and Michael Jackson ended their relationship, actually. You're right. You were 6 years old at the time. What are your memories of having Michael Jackson as a stepfather?
Yeah, I had a few stepfathers. There were, you know, they would come and go, but no, I'm just kidding.
But she never did.
No, exactly.
That's the key.
Exactly. No, I mean, my memories were we, you know, it felt very normal.
Now, just tell me your thoughts on that. You know, I had a few stepfathers, and then she says, follows it with another joke. They would come and go. Yeah. I don't like it. Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with that. I think if Lisa was watching that short section there, she wouldn't like it. I think Lisa would be embarrassed of that bit where they're laughing about the fact that she had different. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, Linda, but not at the expense of Lisa. Not at the expense. And actually, you say lightening the mood, but the mood's very light. That is a very placid interview. It wasn't intense at that point. Guys, I'm not going to whitewash people. If something happens that to me, I'm here to defend Elvis and Lisa and obviously the bloodline. But I want it. Now remember, Riley is new to this. The book's just come out. All of a sudden, she is headline news in every tabloid, every magazine, on TV news articles around the world. Around the world. This week, she is the new Elvis Presley. This week, the whole world's eyes are on Riley. So I think it's very important how she conducts herself. Now, she's a beautiful girl. She's well-mannered. She's sophisticated. Yeah? But I didn't like that. And then, now remember, we've already discussed that she is going out of her way to not talk about Priscilla's wrongdoing. She is going out of her way to not talk about Priscilla's wrongdoing. The interviewers on these programs are purposely avoiding the topic of Priscilla and the fact that Lisa Marie has said that she didn't get on with her mother. She felt unwanted, unloved, and many other things that we're going to read about as we go into this book. So we do have to keep an eye on Riley Q's interviews. All right, love you. You're the best. We do have to keep an eye on Riley Q's interviews. We do, yeah? And as fans who are defending Elvis Presley, now remember, I hold Riley Q in high regard. I think she's extremely intelligent. I think she's gone through hell. She lost a mother, she lost a brother, she's had the Graceland thing thrown at her. She's in at the deep end. Suddenly the whole world's eyes are on her. So I don't want to be mean to Riley, because they need us to help protect them, defend them. But we do also have to be, how can I say it? We can't just go, oh, let them laugh at Lisa, that's okay. Let them laugh at poor Lisa Marie. After everything Lisa's gone through in her life, literally writing this book, she poured out her heart in this book, didn't she? She poured out her soul in this book. This book is deep, yeah? And her last words before she died, yeah? Maybe Lisa knew that she didn't have long left. Because Riley has also said in an interview that she could tell that her mother had given up and that her mother was just hanging on for the kids, for the twins, for Riley. Her mother, Benjamin's death had affected her so deeply that she was never, ever going to recover or be the same again. And yeah, we've also had Priscilla say that Lisa didn't want to be here. Yeah. So we do have to be careful. No. So Riley does, in my opinion, it's none of my business. I'm just a fan at home, guys. I'm just Louis at home. Yeah. I'm no expert. I have no right at all to criticize anybody. I'm just a fan. They're not my friends. They're not my family. But as we know, all of us here, we love and adore Elvis and Lisa, and we feel protective towards Riley and Finley and Harper. So sometimes, guys, we're going to have to be critical to defend Lisa, to defend Elvis. Now, my way of defending Elvis and Lisa is to pick up on things like this. I'm sorry if you guys don't agree with me, but that, I can't lie to you guys. I've watched that bit 3 or 4 times now. I don't like it. I don't like Lisa being laughed at because she had been unlucky in love with different husbands. And it sounds to me, if you read up the history of these different men, you know, Nicolas Cage, Michael Jackson, Michael Lockwood, they had issues. They had issues. So she was unlucky in love. Yeah. So sometimes we use laughter to deflect. I think maybe Riley sensed more would be said about Lisa's relationship. She said and used laughter to deflect. Do you know what? When they first started laughing, Michelle, yes, when they first started laughing, but then she says another joke. Yeah. So let's just get it a minute. No, I've got to remember where I found the interview now. Okay. Let's get it up, guys. Sorry, it's gone back through.
Listen, so
And never talked about. I don't know. I mean, the thing about it that's really nice is that other people are sharing their grief, you know, and I think that she felt that throughout her life when she would go see.
Let's just get to the bit.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
And it's your mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Voice recording some of these memories.
Yeah, it was extremely emotional at first, but a very sort of fierce, protective, like.
I'm not. Here we go.
And she said the day they got married was one of the happiest days of her life. However, he struggled with drug addiction, as we now know. And the parallels between her father and Michael Jackson ended their relationship, actually. You're right. You were 6 years old at the time. What are your memories of having Michael Jackson as a stepfather?
Yeah, I had a few stepfathers. There were, you know, they would come and go, but I'm just kidding.
But she never did.
No, exactly.
That's the key.
Exactly. No, I mean, my memories were
Right.
were we, you know.
I just think she didn't have to say they would come and go. It doesn't make Lisa look good, does it? It makes Lisa look. It cheapens Lisa. Yeah, that was wrong. Now, I do like that Whoopi Goldberg steps in and says, but she was always there. Did you see that bit, Whoopi? We love Whoopi Goldberg, don't we? Let's listen to Whoopi Goldberg, yeah?
You know, they would come and go, but no, I'm just kidding.
But she never did.
No, exactly.
That's the key.
You see that?
No, I mean,
Whoopi Goldberg, who I think probably was also bothered by that, says, but she never did. That's the key. But she never did. That's the key. Lisa Marie was the constant. Yeah? with Finley, Harper, and Riley. No matter what was going on in Lisa Marie's life, she always put them first. Always. She lived for them, including Ben. Yeah? And so one of the ways she was described is that she was like a lioness, a protective lion, that if anyone bothered the kids, she'd even go into the playground if she heard anything bad happen to any of her kids. Yeah? So we can see the type of mother Lisa was. A fierce woman, she says. Yeah? You get what I'm saying, guys? So she doesn't deserve that bit of laughter. I don't want to go on about it, but that's just how I feel.
My memories were it felt very normal. I'm aware that my life was not normal to other people, but for my existence and my reality, it was very
Because you were in
normal.
his house, I would assume.
Yeah.
How many
The
people have
monkeys and
Elvis
everything.
and Michael Jackson in their family bubbles?
1, my mom. Yeah.
That's right.
Riley, so your mom struggled with a lot the last decade of her life. Serious addiction. At one point was taking up to 80 pills a day. You also lost your brother in 2020, Ben, to suicide. And just 2 years later, your mom passed away. You say that after your brother's death, your mom tried to go on with her life as anyone would, but you knew she was going to die from a broken heart. What made you feel that way?
I think that, firstly, her kind of sole purpose was to be a mother. That was kind of everything to her. And her and my brother were extremely close. He was kind of her baby. And I don't know. I just couldn't imagine a world where she would, recover from that loss. And she tried, and she really tried for my sisters and I to, continue on. And I think that she found a lot of relief in writing about grief, and she would have parents over who also lost children and sort of hold these like grief groups and stuff. So I think that was finding that sort of meaning and purpose was really helpful to her. But I think we all sort of just had this sense that, I don't know, she wouldn't recover in some way.
Well, Riley, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Riley, you're going through a lot
Right,
of
let me
abuse
just pause that.
after loss of hope.
Now, again, guys, I'm uncomfortable with that question. Yeah, they're basically saying that your mum wanted to die because Ben died. I understand that because their friendship was so special. But they're also saying it was all this is the bit I don't like, guys. Now you tell me your views, okay? I'm just a guy at home. I'm no expert. Now, I completely understand the tragic circumstances of Benjamin passing. Yeah, it was horrific. Horrific, yeah? Let me just face the camera to me a bit. So I'm looking at you guys. Right. It was horrific, okay? None of us could cope with that, could we? Losing our son, our daughter, who we worshipped. But she did have Riley, she did have Finley and Harper. Now, of course, I understand she went through a phase where she just didn't want to be here. She couldn't face life without Benjamin. I get that. But I don't believe that she had given up. I believe that she had to go through her process of grief. Yeah, I really, she came close to the edge. Yeah, I believe there was probably times when she thought, I'm just going to end it all. Yeah, Priscilla has said it. Riley is hinting at it now. And Riley is sort of saying, she was basically never going to get over it. But what I'm seeing, when you listen to the later interviews, right up until the point she died, I think was seeing the beginnings of someone coming out of the tunnel that she had been in with Benjamin, because her actions showed. Don't forget, her death was sudden. Her death caused by a bowel instruction, an operation that she'd had years ago, causing a bowel blockage, intestinal blockage. She didn't know she was going to die. Now, if anyone thinks here that Lisa Marie knew she was going to die, even that the painkillers or the medication or the opiates that she was taking was going to kill her, I don't think for a second Lisa Marie thought she was going to die. This was a sudden, shocking death. Obviously, we are worried about the circumstances. We are worried about the circumstances with the DNR, do not resuscitate. That's a whole different live stream. But this is my point, guys. I don't think Lisa Marie for a second wanted to die. I think she went through that phase. And why wouldn't she? Of course, Benjamin, her son, died in horrific circumstances. I think she was coming back. I think she was doing a comeback. Yeah, she was trying to lose weight. She had started to get out in the public. Obviously, she went to the Golden Globe Awards. She was so proud of the Baz Luhrmann film. The Baz Luhrmann film did everything that she wanted it to do. She loved Baz Luhrmann. She loved the Elvis movie. She loved Austin Butler. She was so proud. She held her head up high. And finally, after this long, dark tunnel that she had been through because of the death of Benjamin, finally, Elvis, the man, her father, who she absolutely adored and worshipped, and she was very, very, very close with, was finally being seen as a hero. Yeah? Finally being honored for his talent, his beauty, his impact on the world, his charming personality, the way he transformed everything. She was very proud, very, very proud. Now, we know it was awkward. Jerry Schilling brought her to the Golden Globes Awards. We also know that she does a few interviews right up close to the time that she passed away, really boasting about her family, her father. Yeah? So when I see any hint that Lisa Marie wanted to be dead, and you get it in that interview, I don't like it. Now, do I think she went through a phase of it? Maybe. But at the end, Lisa Marie wanted to live for Riley, for Finlay and Harper. Yeah? I have to say that, even if it bothers people. I have to say that because I feel that. So I hope I haven't upset anyone by saying that. So I won't accept that she wanted to die the week she died, the months leading up to her death. I won't accept it. I think she wanted to live. And I say the same about Elvis. If you really listen to some of the last interviews of the people around Elvis just before he died, yes, he was chronically sick and unwell, over-medicated, going through hell. The Ginger Oldham relationship really is a bit of a farce. No offense to Ginger Oldham. We've got the Memphis Mafia stuff with the book, Elvis, What Happened? And Elvis is struggling through each day. But do I think Elvis wanted to die? No. No way. Elvis didn't want to die. He worshipped Lisa Marie. He loved being with her. She was spending the summer at Graceland. There's no way that man, whilst Lisa Marie was living and holidaying at Graceland, wanted to die. No way. In my opinion, Elvis Presley went to his bathroom. And remember, when we talk about his bathroom, it's not this little tiny toilet cubicle. Because this is the image people have. This is why we defend Elvis. Elvis didn't sit on a toilet and die. It wasn't like that. Elvis's bathroom was a special haven for him. He would retire there to read his books. He would spend time there. It was a very, very large room, almost like a lounge. It was a living area. So when the general public think that he was just sat on this toilet and died, they're wrong. They're wrong. This is why we defend Elvis Presley. We want the truth out there. So just quickly saying about Elvis. Elvis did not want to die. He was chronically sick. He was desperate. He was trying anything to live. Anything to live. Yes, he was trying different medications. Different people were giving him different types of medications. Yeah. But he wanted to live. He was trying to fix himself. He was trying to sort out his constipation, his glaucoma, his lung problems, his breathing problems, his high blood pressure, his probably high blood sugars. Elvis was doing everything. Why do you think Elvis was taking so many pills a day? I'm not just talking about sleeping tablets and opioids, yeah, and uppers and downers. I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about he was taking large amounts of prescribed medications to fix his body. To fix his body. He didn't want to die. He was trying to sort himself out, but it had all become too much. The side effects of the medication. He was bloated. His face was bloated. His stomach was bloated. He wasn't this big man that everyone thinks he was. Elvis, if you look at his pictures of him on holiday in Hawaii, his body had slimmed down. His legs were slim. His arms were slim. His shoulders were slim. He just had a distended stomach because of his horrible twisted colon, mega colon, constipation, unbearable constipation, by the way. So he was also on steroids. Elvis had slimmed down. Elvis was trying to fix himself, guys. He was about to go on tour the day after he was going on tour. He was engaged to Ginger Alden. Now, did he intend to marry her? I don't know. So, coming back to Riley. Now, if Riley, if you ever watch my videos, I've got nothing against you. We support you. We protect you. We defend you. You and Finley and Harper. We love you as fans. We love you on behalf of Elvis, on behalf of Lisa Marie and Benjamin. So I'm not saying this to belittle you or put you down or upset you. I'm saying, please don't laugh at your mother. Please don't laugh at her. Please don't laugh at the fact that she had different husbands, different boyfriends. She wouldn't like it. She wouldn't like it. And I say it with respect because I think you're a great girl. I think you've been through hell. You and the twins have been through hell, are going through hell. I know that you're putting on a big facade and all these different interviews around the world, and you're on spotlight attention at the moment. And obviously, you have to promote the book. We want the book to be a bestseller, which I think it definitely is going to be. I think this book is amazing. Finally, we're starting to listen and hear the truth. But please don't insult your mother. Please don't. Right. Okay. Let's just go back a little bit. Right, guys, I hope I haven't upset anyone what I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to be fair. Right, I think we all have been shocked, saddened, and feel so very protective to Lisa after reading and discussing the book. It's natural that we are going to be sensitive to comments that we feel belittled. Yeah, but Misha, with respect, I'm not being sensitive. I'm not. I'm just reacting to what I'm hearing. I'm reacting to the laughter. I ain't sensitive. If there was no laughter, if they weren't laughing at Lisa Marie's boyfriends, husbands, I wouldn't be sensitive. I'm reacting. Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference. She's in the wrong. All of those women in that interview panel laughing at Lisa Marie's expense are in the wrong. It's cruel and embarrassing, and to me harms Lisa's dignity. Yeah, I don't know Lisa, but I've watched so many of her interviews. That would embarrass her, that her daughter is laughing at the amount of partners she's had. I'm sorry, guys. No one's going to change my mind. Right, so Linda, Lisa wants to live. She would not have had grief groups if she didn't want to live. Great comment, Linda. Great comment. Yes. Teresa, Lisa did want to live. Definitely. Definitely. Every time I hear people insinuating that Lisa didn't want to live, I'm going to go on one. I'm going to defend Lisa. Priscilla's done it. Riley has hinted on it. Linda, you are right, Lou. She was coping and moving on. The pain would always be there. Yes, I'm not saying that she hadn't. Look, she would have suffered to the day she died. Don't forget, she could have lived 70, 80, 90 years old. She was never going to get over Ben, but she was going to reconnect with her own kids, Riley, Finley, and Harper, and then eventually have grandkids, Tupelo. She had a great life ahead of her. The world loved Lisa. Yeah? Things were starting to change about Elvis. Elvis's image was improving because of the Baz Luhrmann film. There was good things ahead. We know that Lisa was defending Elvis because she didn't want the film Priscilla made, and she was defending Elvis, her father, against her mother's wishes to promote and be involved with the film, Sofia Coppola's film, Priscilla. So Lisa was defending Elvis to the last day, her last breath, defending Elvis. So she should be very proud of herself, the way she conducted herself to the last day. And even more so with this book, her last attempt at the truth. She must have put a lot of time into doing these audio tapes. It must have been very heartfelt for her, very difficult. She had to go through many difficult memories, very serious situations. She had to dig back deep into the memories of being with her father upstairs in Gracelands. This is a big deal. It's a big deal. This isn't just about putting Riley on the spotlight. This is about exposing the truth for Lisa. For Lisa. This is Lisa's book, isn't it? Come on. This is Lisa's book. Yeah? For the fans, for her family. Lisa wanted the world to know the truth about everything, including her father and her mother. She's fiercely proud of Riley and the twins. So it isn't straightforward, guys. Let's have a look. I don't think a lot of people understand how dangerous bariatric surgery can be. It can often lead to problems later. Yes, and from what I know, it was much later. Didn't she have the bariatric surgery 3 or 4 years before? So this was out of the blue. Out of the blue. This was a sudden death. Yeah? Unexpected. Now, we know she was in a lot of pain leading up to it. I don't think she thought she was going to die. I started my career as a nurse, so many patients develop life-threatening complications after bariatric surgery. It's so sad that people even have it. Very sad. Interview Lisa was laughing about how many partners she had. Right, it's interview about Lisa. Riley was laughing about how many partners she had, Melissa. All right, okay, you're telling Melissa, right. I would think anyone who loves a child and loses it will go through a time of wanting to go, of not wanting. Yes, Linda, I agree with that. Right, let's just play the last bit of this. I've got to find it again. It keeps disappearing on me, guys. Where are we? So anyway, I know I'm being a bit serious, guys, but I just feel I have to. Let's have a look. Where are we?
All in a way,
Hi guys, Luke.
we didn't feel loved, so that's very special.
That's beautiful.
Right, I'm just going to play it from about halfway and let the whole thing play.
Better for her was
I don't know. I mean, the thing about it that's really nice is that other people are sharing your grief, you know, and I think that she felt that throughout her life when she would go see her father's fans or be at Graceland, and she felt that sort of shared grief, which I think she felt comforted by.
Yeah.
But I think there was a sense in the book that she didn't feel she had room to process it by herself as well.
And when you read your mom's words in the book, it's very clear that the most important thing in her life was being a mother to you and your 3 siblings.
Well said.
Can you tell us about what kind of mother your mom was?
Yeah, I mean, she was like a very sort of fierce, protective, like mama bear, lioness, mother
Love it.
to a fault. Kind of like the mom where if a kid was messing with you at school, she would walk onto the playground
There we go.
and handle it. So she was, she scared
Love
my
her.
friends. But she was tough and fierce and strong and extremely loving. And there wasn't a day that went by that we didn't feel loved. So that's very special.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, your mom also opened up about her marriage to Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the day they got married was one of the happiest days of her life. However, he struggled with drug addiction, as we now know. And the parallels between her father and Michael Jackson ended their relationship, actually. You're right.
I agree, Linda.
You were 6
yeah.
years old at the time. What are your memories of having Michael Jackson as a stepfather?
Yeah. I had a few stepfathers. There were, they would come and go, but
But she never did.
no, exactly.
That's the key.
Exactly. No, I mean,
Well done.
my memories were we,
Hidden Minds.
it felt
thanks
very
for the
normal.
coffee.
I'm aware that my life was not normal to other people, but for my existence and my reality, it was fairly
Because you were in his house, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
How many
The
people have
monkeys and
Elvis
everything.
and Michael Jackson
Yeah,
in their
yeah.
family bubbles?
One, my mom.
Yeah. That's right.
Riley, so your mom struggled with a lot the last decade of her life. Serious addiction. At one point was taking up to 80 pills a day. You also lost your brother in 2020 then to suicide. And just 2 years later, your mom passed away. You say that after your brother's death, your mom tried to go on with her life as anyone would, but you knew she was going to die from a broken heart. What made you feel that way?
I think that, firstly, her kind of sole purpose was to be a
Thank
mother.
you, Renee.
That was kind of everything to her. And her and my brother
We love
were
a coffee
extremely
here.
close. He was kind of her baby. And I don't know. I just couldn't imagine a world where she would, recover from that loss. And she tried, and she really tried for my sisters and I to, continue on. And I think that she found a lot of relief in writing about grief, and she would have parents over who also lost children and sort of hold these like grief groups and stuff. So I think that was finding that sort of meaning and purpose was really helpful to her. But I think we all sort of just had this sense that, I don't know, she wouldn't recover in some way.
Well,
I'm sorry
Riley,
for your loss. Thank you.
yeah, Riley, you're going through a lot of grief now after the loss of both your mother and
Right,
your
let me just
brother.
pause that a
This
minute.
is something.
So there's only a little bit left, so that she wouldn't recover in some way. We all had that feeling. I believe that they did, but I think things were improving and things were passing. So that's my view. So Hidden Minds is here with us. Renee, we love his channel. If you're not used to his channel, there's 40 people watching now. A special welcome to Team Elvis. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We defend Elvis every day. Please go to Hidden Minds channel. Please subscribe to his channel. It is excellent. You will love it. And Renee is just starting to do live streams. So please, can we support him? When he goes live, let's get on there with him. So please hit the notification bell so you're notified when he goes live. And let's help him get used to the live streams. I promise you, Renee, you're going to get used to it and you will shine bright like a diamond. You will be fine. We will support you here at Defending Elvis Presley. Team Elvis, we got your back. Okay? So, right, let's just keep going. You're going to be fine, my friend.
The great unifier, sadly. So many people can relate to this. What are you doing that helps you get through it?
I think that I try and stay open to however it presents itself because it changes all the time. And I think when you think you have a grasp on it, it changes. So I just try and stay open and present and in my feelings and feel it because it can feel so uncomfortable. And I think that so often we don't want to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I choose to just be present in my feelings, and that's kind of my method. I don't know if it's the right
You
one.
also say that, you know, there was nothing left unsaid. You said everything you needed to say. You're good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
knew.
it's a strange thing because there's nothing left to say. It's not that I would have anything to say, but it's just the missing of the person that's the hardest.
Yeah.
And the love, yeah.
Are you pointing at me? Yes. Oh, you are? Okay. Sorry.
We
Sorry,
love,
Joe, I
we
jumped
love
your
it. We
question.
love her, don't we?
Thanks to Riley Keough. Her book, From Now Until the Great Unknown, is out. You can buy the book by scanning the QR code on your screen. Do yourself a favor, get this book.
I just love watching Riley Keough doing her thing. That smile is so infectious that she has. She's so likable. I hope you enjoy the book, From Here to the Great Unknown. We're going to go through it on defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We're going to do one chapter at a time, and we're going to also look at other people's reviews of this amazing book that is exposing the truth. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. That's funny because when I made this video, I hadn't watched Shauna's video. And obviously we know that Shauna off Tenderly Loving Elvis is very upset that no one is talking about Priscilla's wrongdoing. So it's interesting how we've just watched that interview with Riley, and is it called The View? Is this an American morning program? Is it? You tell me, guys. The View, and Shauna is right. At the moment, Priscilla's wrongdoing is being brushed under the carpet. It's like a cover-up. Shauna's right what she said. Have any of you watched Shauna's video last night, Tenderly Loving Elvis? She gets very emotional. She gets very tearful. But she's actually right. Why are the interviewers not asking the questions, the points that were in this book, the points that talk about the relationship between Priscilla and Riley, even between Priscilla and Elvis in this book? Why is it not being spoken about? Yeah, they'll bring up the embarrassing things like that she was with Benjamin, you know, trying to decide where to bury him. So she was close to him for an extra few months after he passed away. They'll bring up the embarrassing things. But we want the world to know that Priscilla, and I'm not being hateful, that Priscilla was very unfair to Elvis and very unfair to Lisa. We want the world to know that, because if the world know that, we may get an apology from Priscilla, because that's what we want. We want an apology from Priscilla, because that could change everything, couldn't it? If Priscilla was on the news today saying, look, do you know what? I didn't treat Lisa Marie properly. I was selfish. I put my career first. She shouldn't have been put into Scientology. I shouldn't have kept sending her off to summer camps. I think in some ways, Priscilla was even jealous and envious of Lisa because Lisa had this beautiful closeness to Elvis. I also think there was a lot of wrongdoing, in my opinion, to do with Elvis Presley Enterprises and Gracelands. I think Priscilla also did things wrong with the money, squandered a lot of money that belonged to Lisa. Just an opinion for entertainment purposes. If we can bring Priscilla to the table and just say sorry and admit the wrongdoing to Elvis and to Lisa, we've done something good. This book has done something good. But if all of the interviewers around the world are going to sweep the truth under the carpet, the things said in this book that are truthful, sweep it all under the carpet, what was the point? What was the point? So we're going to push for that, guys. We're going to push. Right. So I did manage to record some of the Oprah Riley interview. I haven't watched it all. I've only watched half of it. Now, every time I post it on my video channel, it gets blocked. So what I thought I would do, I would play it here, and then if it gets blocked, I'll just delete it. But we've done an hour and 15 minutes here, and I haven't played that. But I want to play it because I want to review it. So let me try and find it. Now there's a couple of bits on it. It took me a while to put this together, actually, so I'm annoyed that they deleted it. Right, let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it, guys. I hope I didn't delete it. Let's have a look. No. Come on, we got to find it, guys. We've got to find it. Everywhere I posted the Oprah interview got deleted. Really annoying. It took me ages to make. We never give up. Renee, we never give up. We keep going. You know what I mean, yeah? Okay. Right, I think I found it, guys. Now, it's 15 minutes long. Yes, Renee. It's 15 minutes long. I may butt in every now and then. It's probably going to get copyrighted, but I'm going to play it. Louis defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. I found some clips of the Oprah and Riley interview that was shown last night. We haven't had it here in the UK yet. So enjoy these little clips that I managed to piece together. Have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Yeah.
So these are all left by fans.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Yeah. On Mother's Day, we'll put flowers or birthdays or, that kind of thing. So you want to go to Elvis?
Yeah. Elvis Aaron.
Tonight on CBS, fans will get an inside look into the famous family on an Oprah special. The Presleys, Elvis, Lisa Marie, and Riley.
And then this is Elvis's black box, basically like his purse.
Really? What's in here?
Nothing's been touched.
A hair comb.
Yeah.
See any hairs in there?
And then this was my mother's golf cart key.
With her name on it?
Her name.
Before her sudden death, Lisa Marie recorded stories about her life, which are now being shared in a new memoir co-written by Riley. Some of the biggest revelations, Lisa Marie claims Michael Jackson was still a virgin when they dated. She also kept her son's dead body on dry ice at her house for 2 months after he took his own life in 2020. Apparently, Lisa Marie needed time to say a proper goodbye. Elvis was in the house after he passed, and she liked being able to talk to him whenever she wanted.
I think having family members who have passed away, a lot of that time in grief has been spent wondering about where they are. And I think that the perspective that I choose to have is that they're on to a sort of new...
Great unknown.
The great unknown.
The great unknown.
Yeah.
Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee.
Right, let me just pause it.
We've been talking about this very...
Right, okay, so what I've done, I've pieced some of the interview together, the Oprah Riley. This is a monumental historical interview. So important. It's Graceland's, guys. Oprah and Riley at Graceland's. There is no Priscilla here. That speaks volumes. Riley is now the queen of Graceland, and eventually she will be joined by the 2 princesses, Finley and Harper. Now that is beautiful to me. So I've tried to remove any music so that we don't get copyrighted. This is a review. I only managed to get about 15 minutes of it. So let's just watch it. Let's hope it doesn't get deleted by YouTube. Now, once we finish this live stream, I'm going to come straight back and we're going to read the first chapter of this, but I'm going to make it into 2 live streams. I'm going to end the live stream and come straight back, and we're going to read the first chapter of this. We're going to review it together. Okay, guys? Interview with Oprah and Riley Keough at Graceland. The whole world is holding their breath, waiting for this, in anticipation. What will she speak about? Will she talk about Priscilla? Will she talk about Elvis? We can't wait, can we, guys? Let's have a little listen to this. I know one thing, Riley Keough will be magnificent. That beautiful smile that she has. That is. Right, 1 second, guys. Sorry. Right, I'm going to butt in because I want YouTube to know that I'm reviewing this. Yeah, because I'm allowed to review videos. So if they copyright me, I'll message them and say I'll dispute their copyright, and I will say that I'm allowed to review, and then we'll just see what they say. Okay, so I just want to, guys, I hope you got a coffee. Get your coffees, guys. Do you have your coffees? We have to have a coffee together or a cup of tea around the world. Remember, it's Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth with Team Elvis, beaming around the world, every country in the world, America, Australia, Canada, UK, and many more countries. We're all here together. We're friends. We're a small, growing family. The Defending Elvis Presley channel is slowly growing. We grow together. We have one mission in mind: to defend Elvis and his bloodline. Elvis, Lisa, Riley, Finley, Harper, Benjamin, Gladys. They're the important ones, yeah? And we're here for them together as a family. Now, some people may say it's none of our business. We're making it our business. We are making it our business, yeah? And I'm just a fan at home. I am no expert. I get my facts wrong. I'm not right about everything. But my heart is in the right place. My heart is in the right place. So I just want to say this, guys. And I think I might have said it yesterday. But please subscribe. Anyone watching now, please subscribe. It helps the channel. Please like. But I want to say this. This is a historical time. A book like this that means this much on behalf of Elvis and his legacy, his image, and his reputation. This book, From Here to the Great Unknown, this is big news, guys. This is big. The last time a book was taken this seriously when it comes to Elvis's legacy and reputation and his family and his bloodline was nearly 40 years ago. Nearly 40 years ago. But this is a pack of lies, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. None of this is true, in my opinion. Every word in this book could be wrong, could be a lie, could be, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes. I dispute every single thing in this book. Everything in this book, I say, is not fair to Elvis. Portrayed Elvis in a bad light. This book was designed to make Priscilla look like a victim and Elvis look like a bad guy. And it is not true. This book was written by one person, Priscilla Presley, a divorcee who had been seriously unfaithful and forced a horrific divorce settlement on Elvis that nearly bankrupted him. And then spent many years, many interviews, in my opinion, making him look bad. In my opinion, making him look bad. And it's coming out now that Priscilla, who wrote that book, who rewrote history, reinvented history to suit herself, it's coming out now that the way she treated Lisa Marie was disgusting, that Lisa Marie even hated Priscilla. Yeah? A lot of wrongdoing from Priscilla to Lisa Marie. Not just putting her in Scientology, many other things. Many, many other things that we're going to read out in this book. Some things that will shock and horror you from Priscilla. This is why we demand an apology from Priscilla. Look at the difference, guys. Look at the difference. Truth, fake. I repeat, truth, fake. Finally, truth. And I'm not letting the public, no, sorry. I'm not letting the news people, yeah, the big news companies, to brush this under the carpet. It's not happening. If Lisa Marie, from her own words on her audio tapes, has told us the truth, which she has, we're not going to hide it under the carpet. We're not going to have a cover up. If the news companies don't want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. You and me, Elvis fans, Team Elvis, we're going to talk about it. Yeah? We're going to expose it. We're not going to go on these American news channels and then all of the interviewers are avoiding the truth, are not talking about Priscilla. We want Priscilla talked about by these big interviewers, by these big news channels, these morning programs. Good Morning America. Any country, could be Australia, Canada, or UK. We're going to ask the right questions. We're not going to brush it under the carpet. I keep saying under the carpet because that's how I'm feeling at the moment. Because the only question they asked was the question of where she's going to get buried. And then the answer was, if that's what she wants, she can. Yeah, Riley was asked, where will your grandmother be buried? Oh, she can be buried there if that's what she wants. So quite an awkward answer. Nothing else. No questions on did your grandmother mistreat Lisa? Not one question. Not one question breaking down the different accusations in this book. Not one question. Not one. Now, how is that right? Now, Riley Keough and the twins. Yeah? Come on. Come on, Riley. Your mother wrote this book to get the truth out. Don't let the pressures around you stop you from telling your mother's truth. Your mother's truth. She wrote this for that reason. She wanted you to know, Riley and the twins. She wanted the world to know. She wanted the fans to know the truth. She wants them to know that her mother mistreated her. She wants them to know that what she went through as a child. She wants them to know the truth about her relationship with Elvis. She wants the world to know the truth about what went on with Michael Edwards. Otherwise, why put it here? Why put it in here? If Lisa Marie didn't want it out there for the public, why put it in here? She asked Riley to help her write it. So don't cover up, Riley. Your mum wants the world to know that she was abused by Michael Edwards when she was a small child. Yeah? So come on, guys. No cover up. So my point is, yeah, Linda says Priscilla's being protected again. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Is it Scientology? I don't know. Now, my point is, this interview, it's only a short part of it, is history. It's monumental. It's massive. This interview is massive. It's big news, guys. You're not going to get bigger than this unless they make a movie out of it. This is as big as it gets. In the Elvis world, a book coming out written by Lisa Marie, Elvis's daughter, Riley, Lisa Marie's daughter, that is now worldwide news on every single news company in the world. This has made Riley Keough the most famous woman on the planet this week. This week, Riley Keough, Elvis Presley's granddaughter, is now the most famous woman on the planet, and she is a hot potato. Everyone wants a piece of the action. You're going to see things every day. She now, wherever Riley Keough goes, will be hounded by the press and followed by the fans. You'll see it now. She is big news. She is up there. She's a megastar. This is a big deal, guys. So at the very least, whilst this is happening, let's get the truth out. the truth out. Let's expose the wrongdoings from Priscilla. Not to hate on Priscilla. I don't want to hate on Priscilla. I want Priscilla to admit her wrongdoing and say sorry to the world and to the Elvis fans, so we can clear up Elvis's reputation and image and preserve his legacy in a way where we can be proud. This is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal. So let's play the rest of it. Right, I just want to pause it. Just, thank you, Renee. Yes, it took me a while to do that, actually, which is why it was annoying when YouTube copyrighted it. So I'm going to keep breaking into it now, so that when they do copyright me, they'll only make that little section. Now, there is, obviously, we now know about Benjamin, and that, I say this in a respectful way, that Lisa Marie wanted him even after death, close to her, while they decided where he would be buried. And from what I've learned now is that Lisa Marie, when Elvis was kept at Gracelands, after he'd passed away in his casket, she stayed close with him and felt a closeness to Elvis after he had passed. So there's a comparison between when Elvis was kept at Gracelands in his casket and Lisa Marie with Benjamin. I found that very interesting.
To pay their respects.
I think it's completely fine, completely normal that Lisa Marie at 9 years old wanted to sit with her father who had passed away at Gracelands. I completely get that. She's saying goodbye. There's still a closeness there. So anyone that tries to say that that's weird or odd, I don't agree. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that she spent that time with him before he was buried, in my opinion. I think that's it, guys.
Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Catch us on Defending Elvis Presley. Fans want the truth. We do daily live streams defending Elvis with Team Elvis. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Okay, right, guys. That's been a long live stream. We've done nearly 2 hours. I hope YouTube don't delete all that, but it doesn't matter because we've watched it, haven't we? There's over 40 of us watching now. Please subscribe, guys, if you've enjoyed that. If you've liked what I've done, please get us a coffee. I love it when you guys hit the coffee button, buy me a coffee, or send me a super thank you, just to show some appreciation for my hard work. And I just want to say, guys, that I think we're in the early stages now of reacting to this book. Yeah. I think there's a lot more to come now with this book. A lot of stuff's going to come out of the woodwork. I'm going to try and do my best every day to keep digging for the different things that are being exposed in this book. And I'm going to react every time something is released about this book that I don't think is right, that I think is unfair. If anything is being portrayed incorrectly to harm Elvis's image and reputation and legacy, to harm Lisa Marie's image, legacy, and reputation, I'm going to say something. We're going to come on here together, Team Elvis, Elvis fans around the world, and we are going to defend this book. Now, Lisa Marie's last wishes was for the truth to come out, this book, the truth to come out, and we're going to be there for her last wishes. We are going to be there together as fans, Team Elvis. We are going to back this book up. This book has got our back, and I am going to keep digging. Now, I want to come back. I want to read the first chapter. I'm going to go off for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I'm going to come back, do another live stream before my wife gets home, because my wife will be home in about 90 minutes. She'll be home. So I want to get the live streams out of the way so that I can be with my wife when she gets home, yeah? So what I'm going to do, guys, is go off for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to read the first chapter, yeah? So if you don't mind, let's have a 20-minute break. Go and get yourself sorted, have a cup of tea, coffee, refresh yourselves, and we're going to read the first chapter of this. It's quite a long chapter, yeah? We've already done, in case you didn't see yesterday's live stream, right? We read a very touching part of this book. I think what's it called? It's called, what is it called? Was it the pre-something? Yeah, the preface. We've read the preface. We've gone through the front and the back. We've gone through the inner parts. So we've introduced the book. There's some more here at the back. We've shown the pictures. There's more pictures inside. But it's time to read the first chapter. Now, I can't just do it word for word. We do need to try and review it. So it's going to be interesting how we do that. So guys, I'll see you in 20 minutes. I really hope you've enjoyed. We've had a brilliant live this morning. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. All of you, thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen at home with the dogs. Thank you for buying me a coffee. It means everything to me. When I come back, I'm gonna have a big tea, a giant cup of tea, and we're gonna drink tea together. You can even have some biscuits if you want, guys. Okay, I'll see you soon. Sending you all love and appreciation. Thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. 20 minutes. We'll be back.